The PRP Plus is Celling's second-generation PRP system. Not only can you acquire platelets, but you can also isolate growth factors in whole blood using the internal filtration system. The contents that you see here are everything that comes in the blood draw pouch. One 60cc syringe, one 35cc syringe, a tourniquet, a hypodermic needle, a Band-Aid, a safety butterfly needle, a processing clip, and the ACDA. Before you draw the blood, the user must put a 10% volume of ACDA in the syringe. For a 60cc blood draw, you'll be adding 6 cc's of ACDA. Attach the blunted hypo, remove the sterilization cap, put some air in the syringe, and shoot that air into the ACDA. Obtain 6 cc's of ACDA from the vial. Remove any excess. Recap the syringe. Remove the butterfly needle from its pouch. Unscrew the end adapter. Attach it to the syringe and hand this off to your provider. They will then draw 60 cc's total of ACDA and blood. When you receive the blood back from the provider, unscrew the cap to port A. Be sure to flip it face up. Attach the syringe to port A. Once it's screwed in, slowly start putting the blood into the device. Use steady pressure, but for the last 10 cc's, you're going to want to go very slow. As air escapes from this release valve, there is potential for blood to shoot out of there. You prevent this by going very slowly for your last 10 cc's. Once the device is filled, put the cap back onto port A. Weigh your device against the counterbalance and centrifuge. While the blood is spinning, take this time to familiarize yourself with the contents of the blood processing kit. It's going to have 3 35cc syringes, 1 vac-lock syringe, and 2 female-female Lure locks. At this time, unlock your syringes by pulling back on the plunger and putting them back to original place. You're now ready to process the blood. When the centrifuge stops, remove the device. We have successfully fractioned the blood into 3 different layers: the lower red blood cell layer, the upper aqueous plasma, and the buffy coat containing our platelets in the middle. We have already unlocked our syringes and we are ready to process the blood. Remove the caps from port B and from port C. Attach your syringes. In addition, attach the vac-lock syringe to the bottom port of the back chamber. When you've screwed it on, pull back on the plunger and turn it clockwise to lock it into place. We will now begin lowering our collection window by turning the dial counterclockwise in the down direction. As we do this, 2 O-rings will emerge from the top as the piston lowers. The goal is to get the bottom O-ring on top of the buffy coat. You do this by looking at the side of the device at a downward angle. Once I am happy with the positioning, I will then slowly start drawing out the plasma. I will move the lever to draw and begin pulling on the syringe on port B. Once I see air bubbles in the syringe, I know I have removed all of the liquid. Now, switch the lever to filter. Push the contents of port B over to port C by pressing down on the plunger. Once my plasma has successfully been transferred to port C, I'm now going to remove the platelets. I'm going to once again lower my collection window until the top O-ring is submerged into the buffy coat. Once it disappears, I know I've gone far enough and I'm happy with my positioning. I will then switch my lever to draw and remove the buffy coat. We are going to use a forceful draw, being sure not to pull the plunger out or go too far back on the plunger, like so. Move the lever back to neutral and remove your platelets by pulling back on the plunger and unscrewing the syringe simultaneously. Once I remove all the excess air from the syringe, I then capped it with one of the provided caps to maintain sterility. Now we'll process the rest of our plasma. We're going to attach our final syringe to port B, switch the lever to filter, and move the plasma back and forth until a desired volume is reached. Once I'm happy with the volume, I will move the lever back to neutral, pull back on the plunger, and unscrew the syringe. We now have our growth factor concentrate to be combined with our PRP. When supplementing volume, use one of the provided female-to-female lure locks, attach the two syringes, and move the fluid back and forth until a desired volume is achieved. Our PRP product is now ready for injection.